Welcome to this energy clearing session. Are you excited to release some energy? The first part of this is a little more theoretical, just so we understand what's happening. The 3 stages of wisdom are: 1, exposing yourself to information. So we're already doing that by being here. 2, intellectually understanding information, getting it. And then 3 is implementing it, internalizing it, feeling it. We cannot know our truth. Can only experience it. That's why every soul needs to go on their own journey. Can't just be learned or imprinted or inherited. We all have to arrive at our own truth, feel it, experience it, live it. So that's what we're here to do. Our own truth is unshakable. It's not subject to influence by what others think. We don't get defensive when we hear other opinions. It's just a solid knowing. It comes from within. But to feel our truth, we need to be able to access that world within. It's always there. It's been there since the beginning. But something gets in the way. Any ideas what that might be? It's that busy mind of ours. It creates so much noise, so much clutter. Constantly pulling us into our heads. That we're never really in our body. We're not available to feel our truth. And this mental noise consists of constant judging, defining, labeling, wanting something that's happened to be different, even though nothing that's ever already happened has changed from us wanting it to be different. It's a kind of suffering that emanates from this resistance. Resistance to what is. Resistance to who we are. This mind is always trying to get to the next moment. Never really comfortable right here, right now. And it will project anything into that next moment just to make it known, just to feel in control. And then that moment arrives and it's nothing like we expected. And we get upset. We think we have to plan harder, think harder, know more. And all that does, ultimately, is make it worse. more mental identification with thoughts. Ultimately, that is what the ego is, believing your thoughts. And when we believe our thoughts, our world becomes extremely small, narrow, limited. When we're in our thoughts, nothing else matters. Nothing else exists. No endless possibilities. No miracle of life. No infinite power from which we have arisen. And to that we return to. It's such a hard way to go, to try to think our way through life. Cut off from our intuition, from our peace, our wisdom. Every time we react to something, every time we judge something, we interrupt our feelings. All feelings come and go. They arise and pass. And as soon as something is unpleasant, we push it away, and it gets stuck. As soon as something is pleasant, we cling to it. Keep it from going away. It gets stuck. So by not allowing things to be as they are, to not see them as they are, accept them as they are, love them as they are, which includes ourselves. We just keep creating layers of stuck feelings, stuck energy. And we try to avoid the circumstances that trigger us negatively. Try to get more of the circumstances that trigger us positively. And so we wind up in this state of living at the mercy of our environment. This fearful state that something that will make you feel bad could happen at any moment. Or longing for the things that make you feel good to come back. This is what prevents us from experiencing the moment of unfolding, the present, the now. It's where life happens. Right before the known, unknown turns into the known, there's a little window there, a little space. It's only little because we spend so little time there. We hardly ever see it. So to release ourselves from the burden of stuck energy, that window starts to widen. become more prominent. The light starts shining through. This light is the light of consciousness. It's always there, it's always shining. We have to be open to receiving it. It's quite remarkable that we live the way we live. Cut off from this light of awareness. Because it's such a hard way to go. It produces so much suffering. Of course, there's a purpose in contrast. That contrast has driven all of us to be here right now, today, instead of somewhere else. A sense that there must be a better way to go about life than constantly negotiating with yourself and your circumstances. To learn to be comfortable with stillness. Comfortable with the unknown. As long as you're uncertain, you know you're there at that moment of unfolding. It's where creativity lives. Inspiration comes from. The love for life and for self. To be in non-resistance is to be in love. In love with everything by virtue of its existence. The light of our awareness is so powerful. As soon as we shine it onto our layers of stuck feelings, stuck energy, those layers dissolve. They just melt away. First time you experience something that's been bothering you, that's been weighing on you for a long time, and you can engage with it in a neutral, unbiased way. To feel it release. It's the most magical moment. You realize that everything is energy. You are energy. Your problems are energy. Everything that's stuck is just energy. And energy wants to be flowing, doesn't want to stay stuck. We're keeping it stuck through our resistance to feeling it. We're keeping it stuck by not wanting to let it go. So to learn to feel our feelings fully, that is our natural state. Recognizing the impermanent nature of life, anicca, everything comes and goes, everything arises and passes. And that's not a sad thing. That's how we rise above our attachments. It's how we recognize ourselves as the one consciousness. It's how time fades away. Beginnings and endings fade away. It's when we recognize our infinite nature. Everyone here is probably familiar with journaling, yes? Yes. Often we find ourselves journaling, writing from the mind. The connection between that which we're writing is between the head and the hand. Whenever our feeling state is left out, it leads to a subpar experience. We can never really be sure if this is true for us. So we're going to do a journaling exercise now. And as you write, pay fullest attention to how it makes you feel. What I want you to write about is a most recent or common situation that triggers you. Shouldn't be something that you go into a panic attack about, but just something that triggers you. And notice the sensations in your body. I'll do that for a few minutes. There's no need to analyze or judge, just to write your experience. Notice where in your body sensations arise. One more minute. Few more seconds. All right. So putting your pen and paper down, finding a comfortable position. With your eyes and mouth closed, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. And you can answer them silently to yourselves. Again, there's no need to judge. No need to resist your feelings. We're just going to observe. So bringing all your attention on the spot that you feel activated the most, where you felt your trigger from journaling. Notice this area and answer the following questions. Is it a broad simmering sensation or more of a pinpoint concentrated one? You can answer silently to yourself. Does the appearance seem fluffy or more dense or something in between? What are the boundaries of this sensation? Can you see the edges? Is the shape three-dimensional? Can you look around the sides? Or is it more flat? Does this energy have a certain shape? Perhaps it's round, or oval, or jagged. It could be a square, a rectangle, or a pyramid. Now zoom in and see how close you can get to the surface. If it's too uncomfortable, you can always back up. Just find that edge where you can comfortably observe the shape, the energy. And just observe, just notice. Notice any changes in shape, size, intensity. Is there a color that comes to you? Perhaps it's dark or light. Perhaps it's solid or more gradient. Just observe. Now look closely at the surface. See if you can identify any texture. Perhaps it's flat or jagged or cratery. or bubbly. Just observe. No action is needed. Now scan the surface of this energy. Part by part, bit by bit. And cover the entire surface on all sides, from above and below. And as you scan the surface, notice if there's any spot that calls out to you. Perhaps it's lighter, or deeper. Or there's an opening. Now move in closer to the surface and see if you can touch it, tap it. See if it will let you come close. If not, you can always back up. Touch it, tap it all across the surface. Noticing any changes in shape or color or density. Now see if you can penetrate this energy. If it lets you in. Perhaps you can poke it. Or move right into it. Keep observing. Keep noticing. whether you're inside of it or outside of it. Ask this energy what its purpose is. What it is here to tell you. And you can thank the energy. It's been part of you for a long time, perhaps. But now it's time to go. It is no longer needed. Ask the energy how it would like to leave you. Perhaps it wants to dissolve. Or melt away. Perhaps it wants to leave through an opening. That you can create for it. Perhaps the energy wants to transmute to something else. Like love or compassion or acceptance or self-worth. Accompany the energy in its transformation. Whether it leaves you or transmutes into light. Notice what it feels like as the energy dissolves. Perhaps a feeling of lightness, of relief, or space. Now zoom out and observe the space where the energy used to be. What do you see there now? What do you want to invite into that space? You can invite anything you want. Perhaps peace, harmony, self-love, self-acceptance. Feel yourself full of this healing energy. This bright light energy. Visualize it expanding into all the other parts of your body. From the top of your head, down to the tips of your toes, washing away any darkness, any stuckness, any unconsciousness. And watch this beautiful energy expand out to the room that you're in. Touching everyone around you. See it expanding to neighboring towns. Neighboring cities, see this light of your true self expand across the surface of the planet, across the oceans and the mountains. And the forests, see the energy expand down into the center of the planet, Mother Earth. Filling it completely, with the light of your love. And watch this light expand up into the sky. To the stratosphere. Into outer space. Touching the moon. And the stars. And other planets. And the sun. Watch the healing light of your love expand and fill the galaxy. Neighboring galaxies. And everything that lies beyond. See yourself as everything there is. And everything there is you. Whenever you feel ready, slowly, gradually, bring your attention back to this room. Back into your body. Notice your peace. Notice your presence. Notice your aliveness. Notice your stillness. Stillness is not the absence of sound. It is the presence of consciousness. When you feel ready, you can gently blink open your eyes. Notice your environment. Notice yourself in your environment. Notice your connectedness. Notice your oneness.
Mm.